All right, guys, welcome back to the Media Virus podcast. We're live, and what are we going to do, Mike?
Uh, we're going to do what we always do in the B block. We find out what Big Daddy wants to ask us this week.
What was the worst gift you ever received, and what was the occasion for which you received it? Mine was a snack pack of Doritos for Christmas.
It's practical now.
A snack.
I think he means like a package that's designed for
A snack.
snacking. So it's like maybe like a 12 or 24 pack of smaller sized portion.
No, I think he meant the actual snack pack.
Well,
Just-
for me, snack pack is like pudding.
I think he's talking about a small bag
Yeah.
of Doritos.
Oh, like one portion.
One portion of Doritos.
Oh my.
And I would imagine that was probably from someone in his family because, you know,
It'd be like
nobody
that.
else would give him a gift on Christmas, right? I mean, I know the gift I had the worst reaction to,
Okay.
and it wasn't necessarily the worst gift I ever got, but it was because I've always been this way. Is I wear my emotion right on my face.
Right.
Like if I don't like something, you can see it right away, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh shit, and then you'll see me. And my dad got me a fucking rotary sander,
Okay.
nice Craftsman rotary sander. I already had a rotary sander, so
Okay.
but his was nicer because the one that I had was a convertible. You could take the pad off, and then
Right.
you had a triangle sander and another type of sander that you could use. So it was
Right.
like an all-in-one. And then
Right.
when something is all-in-one, none of them work as well as if the tool was just for that thing.
That's right.
My father taught me that, and I've never ever ever fucking learned it because I always buy the cool thing
Hmm.
because it's all in one.
Right.
And that is I think that's a Gen X, like all-in-one shampoo.
Right.
No,
I mean,
Swiss
there are
Army knives.
there are
We're big
some
on-
all-in-one tools. I mean, there are some all-in-one tools that are handy if it's not something that you use, enough, but not like
like a Leatherman, like
Right.
it's used like those.
I mean-
That's a good tool.
even the sander you're talking about. Not bad if you only use it occasionally as a hobby item, but like
But
if
no,
you're
I was a carpenter. I fucking use that thing every day.
there you go. And that's what brings the most truth out in your statement, that the purpose built item is always better.
Right. And
There's no doubt in my mind that the purpose built item is always better.
so it's not a bad thing to have a backup sander either.
No, it's not.
But it just right on my face, man. And that's the one I had. I know the worst gift I ever gave
Okay.
because my father made it very clear that he was unhappy. And now you gotta understand, I was fucking broke. 2 kids trying to buy something for my dad.
Right.
All right, let's get some fucking perspective. Okay, married, 2 kids. I got to supply Christmas for them, and I got to get something for my dad. My dad just kicked the people out of the house in the Poconos. The house in the Poconos was vacant. Okay, which
Okay.
means we had to go up and do work. There's a whole bunch of work to do.
Yep.
And I bought my father. I thought it was a cool fucking thing. They were fire starters
Uh-huh.
that were made out of old money.
Right.
And it said money to burn. And I just thought it was fucking cute.
Right.
My father he was angry. He was upset that he got this from, like,
Wow.
he went through the list of shit he got me.
Oh my god. Your dad
Yo.
is a man of very few words, and I can't even picture this.
Oh no, he was fucking mad. So that's how about you, babe?
Oh, an of glove for Christmas.
I love my of gloves.
What? Stop! Look at the TV.
I'm looking at the person insulting me, is what I'm looking at.
It's what am I gonna fucking make something up? In your defense, it was from Ryan.
Where is it? Do you know? Because I'd love to know. I'd love to have an of glove. Be fantastic.
It actually got ruined
Ruined.
because when our oven got ruined, I still needed a grate. So we've told this story on air before. There was a lady who came just before Thanksgiving to help me clean the kitchen.
Right.
Put a blue, like chip plastic bowl in the oven.
Oh.
Like a dollar store fucking plastic.
Like
Yeah,
just like a big old bowl.
Uh-huh. To get it
I
out of
went
the way.
to preheat the oven to start cooking for Thanksgiving. This was like 2 days before Thanksgiving. So this is Tuesday. I start the oven and I'm like, what's that plastic? Like this is after like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I'm like, what's that smell? And we learned that smell was that blue bowl melted in the oven.
Yeah.
But I still needed to fucking cook this. Like where there's a timeline. I work at a store for 12 hours a day.
Yep.
I need this day to work.
Yep.
And I had to clean the rack. I had to clean the plastic off of the rack.
And it was hot.
So, yes. And so I used the of glove for that. And then after that, it got ruined.
So it sounded like it came in pretty handy.
Yeah.
All right.
5 years later, I took it out of the package.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, Erica.
Huh.
When you get the of glove this year at Christmas,
I'm not.
smile, but open it because they're amazing.
Listen, I have a thing with germs. I throw away my oven gloves every season.
You can wash them.
No, thank you.
No, not just any, but the of glove is machine washable.
That's fantastic to know. But I just don't like sticking my hand into something that is unknown. It's not my vibe. I don't like it.
Well, let's get into the discussion topic for today. I saw these two articles. I saw that they were kind of related. I thought it would be a good idea to kind of just smush them together and kind of have a dialogue.
Okay.
You know, the first article is Gen Z believes the article.
Neither of us can read tonight. I don't feel so bad.
You guys want me to read it?
Gen Z believes adulthood begins at 27. A survey reveals that Gen Z considers 27 as the true start of adulthood, contrasting with the traditional age of 18. This shift is attributed to the prioritization of personal milestones like financial independence and emotional stability over societal expectations. Many Gen Zers delay traditional markers of adulthood, such as marriage and homeownership, focusing instead on career fulfillment and self-discovery. However, this delay raises concerns about financial planning and long-term stability. The second article is Gen Z is confused by older generations' use of ellipses. Gen Z is puzzled by the frequent use of ellipses by older generations, interpreting them as passive-aggressive or confusing. This generation gap as a communication styles highlights a broader difference in how each generation uses and perceives digital communication. While older generations use ellipses to indicate a pause or an unfinished thought, Gen Z often sees them as a sign of tension or ambiguity. Okay, so right there.
Hey Siri, what does ellipses mean?
The omission from speech or writing of a word or words that are superfluous or able to be understood from contextual clues.
Oh, like ...
Yes.
Okay, I found this on the web for O. Check it out.
Okay, give me this. Okay, go ahead. Listen, I'm a generation in between, so I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Well, we use ellipses as like an unfinished thought, or there's more to say about it.
Ooh, okay. Millennials use LOL.
That's laugh out loud.
Yeah.
That's not.
No, it is. We use it because it's like, I want to say this, but I don't want to say everything. So I'm just going to put LOL to ease the tension and make it less firm in what I'm saying. And I feel like that's the Gen X. Like, you're not trying to be super straightforward. So you're going to ... it.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not how you use ellipses.
It's really an unfinished thought. It's, you know, if when you hear a sentence cut off mid sentence, that ... that is exactly how that's written in a script.
Right.
Well, so I just mean in like day-to-day communication, like they're saying in this article that like the way that they're using it, I feel like millennials use LOL because we don't want to be like, oh, what we're saying is super firm and this is exactly how we feel. Like LOL means like, but if not, that's okay.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but also like I kind of want to drill down on how they want 10 extra years of childhood and don't understand punctuation. It's a do you understand question marks? Do you understand periods? Do you understand exclamation points? If you understand those, you should understand a fucking ellipses. You understand an ampersand, you definitely understand a pound sign. We use them all the fucking time. You, for some fucking reason, call them hashtags.
Right.
Okay.
But it's punctuation. That's all it is. It is there to determine, it is there to tell you that the sentence is over, even though the sentence is unfinished. Because if you put a period there, it's not a sentence. If it doesn't have a subject, a verb, and an act, and the whole fucking thing.
You know what might
rocket ships I had to draw in fucking middle school.
I mean, that's what the article is about. They're saying.
Do you know what my favorite punctuation is?
What's that?
The interrobang.
I'll interrobang you.
It's a combination exclamation point and question mark.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that recently.
Yeah, it's so you can yell questions at people.
Yeah, but you can just use both of those. They don't have it on a keyboard, do they?
Right. No, it's generally accepted if you're typing that an interrobang, you can use a question mark and an exclamation point,
right,
back to back. And
I mean, honestly, I think here's the thing. I don't think Gen Z is stupid. Okay, because there's only like you're either stupid or malicious. Those are the two things. When it gets to be this bad, those are the two things that come into mind. Are you stupid or are you malicious? And Gen Z is malicious. What they want is an extra 9 years of childhood and to pretend that they don't understand punctuation.
That's a 50% increase.
Exactly.
I mean, people can have their kids on their health insurance until they're 26. So I feel like a health insurance.
Okay, so that's where this bullshit started.
But
with
that started
Obamacare.
like 15 years ago, I feel.
It was Obamacare.
It was before that. Well, no, you're
no.
right. No, it was.
It was Obamacare. Trust me, because I lost health coverage at 18.
Yeah, I went out and got a job with benefits.
Yeah, I didn't get a job with benefits. I just didn't have insurance. So, you know, it's they're just trying to avoid responsibility. To me, that's all it is. You're just trying to avoid. I don't understand what you're saying with all that punctuation, and I want an extra. I want 50% more for childhood. Here's
50%.
It is 50% more. What's half of 18? 9. What's 9 plus 18? 27.
Oh goodness, is this how you talk to Gen Zs too?
Yeah.
That's
how I talk to them, except for my son and staff writer Bill.
He's
not. He's Gen Z. Gen Z is 27 right now. Or 28. But, you know, I mean, he didn't. He went to college and went and fucking had some kids and got
Well,
married.
they're not saying they shouldn't be going to college at 18 and
listen.
drinking at 21. They just don't want to be grown up till they're 27.
Right. So, but what's the, you're still held responsible at 18.
Yeah.
If you not for nothing, if you shoot somebody at 17, you get tried as an adult.
Usually, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know where we're going to install this idea that adulthood starts at 27.
I don't know. I know.
This is just feelings.
Yeah. My wife's told me tales about when they changed the drinking age in Jersey nationally to 21, but Jersey remained at 18 for a while.
Oh,
and
wow.
And because of her age, she fell within this grace period that they gave for the cutoff. So even as certain people couldn't drink at 18 here in Delaware, some people were grandfathered in and could based on their birth date.
Wow. I remember, I think my dad said something about when he was about to turn 18, that's when they changed it to 21.
Yeah. And probably the girl he was seeing could probably still drink. Because there was...
Well, that was my mom, so...
But there was a thing, they raised it to 21 just for boys.
Rude.
And girls 18 could...
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Is Ryan Seacrest the new host of The Wheel of Fortune?
He is. Pat Sajak has retired.
Wow. I saw that he was on Watch What Happens Live with Vanna White, but I didn't know why, and I didn't watch the episode.
Right.
But I thought that was weird. And then something else just came up that they were on an interview together.
Yeah, he's got yet another job.
He's the hardest working man in the show business, really.
I mean,
no, it's really true. I've actually heard that if you are lucky enough to get a meeting with him, it's a 5-minute window, and you have to walk with him because he's always on his way someplace else.
That makes 100% sense.
Well,
unless there's a camera or a microphone, you don't get to actually stand still and talk to him.
I guess he doesn't have any kids, right?
No. And he rolls through girlfriends pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Get that bag, sir.
No, but just goes back to the statements that I keep, like, life is too fucking easy for these kids. And that's the thing is that the problem is that, they can say shit like the mommies and the daddies have to agree.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents just chucked me out at 18. And that's what your parents should do. It's what everybody's parents should do. They should just throw them out of the house. And in fairness, they didn't kick me out. They just were so fucking miserable until I left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I wish I could have just left on my own terms. They were just fucking miserable. And I think that they weren't trying that hard. They're just miserable to begin with.
Listen, you're just in a really cranky place. Things have been happening. Things have been happening with your parents. They're being extra difficult. So that's all.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. But
yeah, putting this on the worldwide internet.
Yeah.
We recently talked about your escapade with your dad's cell phone.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that.
Listen.
So I come out of the vault today, and we don't always get good service in there. So it's not odd if a message pops up out of nowhere on my phone when I walk outside for a minute.
Yeah.
So I go out for my break this afternoon, and I hear a couple of messages come in, and I didn't think I lost service in the vault, and I looked and I hadn't. It was just a coincidence, but there was a voicemail message notification there that I had a voicemail from like 2 hours before. So I listened to it, and it's my dad. And he's going, "Hello, Mike, Michael, Mike, 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 Michael." boy, Michael. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I look back at my call log. There was no missed call, no text message, no, like, there's nothing else. So I call him back, and he was fine. I still don't know how he did it, but he said he was looking at his phone and went to do something, and then it started to ring, and it was my aunt, and for some reason it was talking to my voicemail, and he was trying to hang up on that and talk to her, and he had all kinds of problems. So I still don't know how he sent me a voicemail without actually making my phone do anything.
Dude,
But
I'm a little pissed off that technology has come back around to the point where you can answer your voicemails while they're leaving a voicemail. Because for 20 years, my father has called me, gotten my voicemail, and went, Matt, you there? Pick up. Matt, you there? Are you there? Pick up. And I couldn't, and all you could do, like, he's just talking to nothing.
yeah.
He's just screaming to the universe into a recording.
Well, in his mind, there's a machine somewhere that
Right,
you can hear.
But now,
Your phone
now
will do
that
that.
you can like I know you can on the iPhone. You can watch the the words come up. They'll type out the words to
Right.
the voicemail, and you can answer it. And so, but he stopped saying pick up. So now he just goes, "What? It's your father."
And he
All right, call me back.
Oh God.
Dude, when I first started setting up his phone, I wasn't going to put my number in it. I just gave him my brother and my sister's number. It's like, you don't need mine.
I did that to my mother-in-law's phone. She cussed me up one side and down the other.
But this whole thing about Gen, they're going to figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? Just we did. We were dumbasses.
Sink or swim. It's
You know what I mean?
life.
And not for nothing, your brain doesn't fully mature till you're 30. So there is a 12-year gap between adulthood and you're mature enough to fucking handle life. But you should go learn.
Yeah.
Go learn that life's not fair. Life sucks. Sometimes you gotta drink a big steaming bowl of frothy piss. There's nothing you can do about it.
And you know what? Not for nothing. That's the best time of life to learn those lessons, because let me tell you, the closer you get to 30, the more that sucks.
Yeah.
The dumber you feel.
I mean,
just hard.
I mean, I wish that I could pretend I didn't understand punctuation and just be a kid, which I could have been a kid till 27. That'd have been fantastic. I was a dad at 19.
Yeah.
So,
and if anybody doesn't find that scary, give me a call here at 646 virus 01. That's 646 virus 01.
Hey man, that kid is awesome. I did a hell of a fucking job with him.
You're absolutely right.
You got anything that you want to?
No, because you shit on everything that I've said.
I have.
You're in a mood, and you're allowed.
I'm sorry, but what do you have to say?
I was just reading about if there's a flood, and there are so many things that you don't think about when you go through a flood. I have nothing to contribute of anything that you guys were talking about.
Okay. But yeah, dude, like that water is fucking filthy and infectious.
Poop.
Yeah.
If it touches your electrical box, you could fuck yourself completely.
Yeah.
And you're in poop.
It's in fact you're in poop. That's a lot. There's a lot of shit when it comes to
just
flood.
putting things up higher, putting your dog cage like on a counter or a table because your dog will get wet.
If you
like
have things
gasoline, like on a counter and not on the floor.
If you have things that you need to try to save, but you either can't take them with you or don't have adequate place, they're saying unload your dishwasher and stuff those things in your dishwasher.
Oh, what a good idea.
Because your dishwasher is a fixed article in your home, and it's got a seal. So like any last ditch effort to try and save something, stuff it in the dishwasher.
Yeah. But basically just take things off from the floor, put things 4 feet up high on a counter or a table or things like that. And
water
then just
is scary.
Yeah, just to like pack a bag. Oh, and also like for me, I have those alerts. Well, you don't know because you don't have an iPhone. There's alerts that come through iPhone, like if there's like a missing kid or a flood or bad weather.
Yep.
I shut them shits off. I don't need to know an Amber Alert. I'm not that's not my business.
Okay.
And
my name's Paul, and that's between y'all. I don't.
Okay.
I ain't got time for this shit.
I'm not looking for. I mean, listen. Obviously, like if something happens to one of my kids, I obviously would hope that somebody looks for an Amber Alert. But I'm not looking. I'm always in the fucking house. I'm not outside looking for a silver fucking Kia Sorento.
It's always a silver car. It's always a silver.
You know what I mean?
And or an Altima.
Like
I feel like kidnappers prefer the Altima.
I'm not hip to the news. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry. I don't need these alerts to come through my phone. Right. I don't need the president calling and leaving me a voicemail. No, thank you. It is disruptive. They happen in the middle of the night, and I'm asleep. So they just said that during a flash flood, like if there's in a danger zone, to maybe turn those on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
3 people.
I would be shocked. I would be honestly shocked if we flooded out just from where we are.
Listen, you can't talk about it with yourself. Yeah. I seen it. I mean, half of our clothes are downstairs in the laundry right now. So
yeah, most of our clothes are actually on the basement floor.
So we're naked. Our snacks are on tall cabinets, so we're good there. They said, listen, just put your good food like up high in the cabinets because while you're waiting, you're gonna be hungry and want some snacks.
If you're stuck and you're waiting out a flood,
if you have perishables and stuff, non-perishables, cans in them,
non-perishables,
like you can put them on the bottom, but just like you're gonna have to like really, really clean them because if you open them with a can opener, like the top of the can still has shit on it.
Yep.
You
should be wiping those off anyway. It's warehouses.
And like there's always like dust and fucking bullshit, but just when it's been in gasoline shit water.
Yeah.
You don't want your beans to taste like gaki.
You don't want your beans to taste like gasoline and shit. They don't even sell that as a flavor.
I'm just really focused on this Hurricane Milton. I'm not a news girl or a weather girl, but today it's like all I can look at.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because my family is in the group chat saying like how scared they are. So I'm like, oh my god, should I know about this?
Oh, is that why you wanted to talk about it earlier too?
Well, it's just I assumed that it was something that the rest of the world was talking about, so you guys were going to talk about it. Not that you guys talk about the rest of the world news.
I mean, I just feel like it's like that. Like that hurricane is like politics.
Also, what happens to the alligators?
Oh, they just fucking.
They just chill.
Yeah.
Floating?
Dude, there's video footage of like sharks in Florida from a flood.
Yeah. And that's how the alligators get in the water, or like on the ocean side. Crocodiles will usually go saltwater, but that's how the alligators get over there.
That's crazy.
They float out in floods and stuff. Yeah.
Hold on, because what's the natural habitat of an alligator?
Swamp.
The Everglades.
Yeah.
That's where they come from in America?
Yeah.
It's freshwater swampland.
Ew.
Actually, is it? Yeah, it is freshwater, right?
I
The
don't know.
Everglades?
I think it's
I'm not a Scientologist.
Or is it brackish?
I think it mixes.
It may be it may be brackish then.
Yeah.
So all American alligators are from Florida.
No, they inhabit the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, Louisiana has them.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
I remember when my sister-in-law first moved to Louisiana, she was really
Texas
worried
has
about her.
Do they only have okay.
Texas was fucking trying to use them for border control.
Uh-huh.
Texas was stuffing the Rio Grande with fucking alligators.
That's crazy.
Use what you got.
You would literally like lose people. Like people would disappear. Like if you knew your cousin was coming across the border via water.
Yeah, you'd never see him again.
And they got caught up with an alligator. You would just wonder your whole
yeah.
life. You would wonder.
Yeah.
And just assume.
Use what you got, but if you got a whole bunch of alligators, stuff them in the Rio Grande.
I mean, I'm not mad about it.
You
honestly.
can't really. You shouldn't be. You know, just they got. Listen, if you got to get more creative. There's alligators here.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
the guard dogs. Look, the guard dogs didn't work. Fuck you.
Right. They won't let us have floating, spinning saw blades. So
We're
that one?
Americans. We're Americans. We'll train a motherfucker to bite you. We don't even care what it is.
Right. I feel like PETA would probably have a problem with this because PETA had a problem with the coconut companies using monkeys to get the coconuts.
Those
Well-
monkeys love that because they get to ride on motorcycles when they do that.
also, if P doesn't like the alligators in the Rio Grande, let him fucking go take them out. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Fucking alligators, dude.
Go ahead, go get them.
Go ahead.
Have at it.
Let's worry about goofy shit.
Well, they're there now. So what do you want me to do?
You can go ahead. Fix it all you want.
Sorry about that.
Don't miss her eggs, or it's
my
all
God.
for naught.
So,
Is that where snapping turtles live too with alligators?
Sometimes, yeah.
there is an alligator snapping turtle,
Oh my God.
but it's not a combination of an alligator and a snapping turtle. It's just a very ugly snapping turtle. It's the real bumpy ones.
And they have
Oh.
Alligator
big nasty tails.
Yeah.
So they planted an alligator seed and a snapping turtle seed.
That's
and
right.
It cross pollinated.
No, it was a very strange threesome.
Snapper turtles are ignorant too.
Ignorant.
Oh, they don't give a fuck, dude. They'll bite you for fun.
Yep.
For doing because they enjoy it.
His brother had one for a long time.
He still got it
How come he never brings them out?
because he's in his tank, man.
Because how do you like your fingers?
No, out of the tank, dude.
I'm assuming
Outside of the tank.
His name is
Attaching-
Ugly.
Dude, he used to let this thing run around the fucking house with children. With children in the
With
house.
your children?
Not my children, his girlfriend's children.
wow.
Never his children. His children always live somewhere else.
Probably because he turned the turtle on him.
His children never went to his house.
But yeah, dude, he'd let the fucking thing run, and out of the cage, it wouldn't bother anybody.
Okay.
Or out of the tank. In the tank,
Aggressive.
tear your finger off.
Well, maybe
So-
he's protective, but maybe he doesn't like being in there. So he gets aggressive.
He just knows that's where he gets to eat.
That's his
That's where
spot.
he's
Yeah.
fed.
Anything that comes in there is food.
Anything that comes in there is food. Is in his
So
in the
listen.
turtle's mind.
The next time we go, can we go look at it?
Fucking right. I want to get over there. I got a whole plan for his. I want to get over there before they load up for the Corden Halloween thing. I want to make this video.
So the fish store that I used to go to when I had my aquarium set up, they used to have, the guy who runs it used to have a tortoise,
Totis.
which is a giant turtle.
Yeah.
And Roger was he was big, probably as big around as his shell was probably big around as a toilet seat.
Oh my God.
I thought you were going to say a Toyota. I was like, what the fuck?
And like when he stood up, like when he got up on his legs, he was every bit knee high at the peak of that
Oh my.
that shell. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was huge, and he was neat, and he hung out in the store at certain time of year. Like in the wintertime, he would be in the store,
Yeah.
and he'd walk around, and like you'd be shopping, and you'd feel something, you'd turn around, and here's this turtle just kind of leaning there, like, "Hey,
That's so cute.
how
I
you
want
doing?"
that.
And you could pet him a little bit. He was really friendly, but summers he would go and hang out in dude's yard. Like he wouldn't keep him in the, but he could keep.
Mhm.
He had to keep the shop so hot and humid that it was fine for him. That's
Yeah.
where he wintered. But he would just walk around, chilling out. Loved it.
That's cute. The last thing I wanted to talk about before I go to bed is on NBC. Sidebar: our show started, and
Okay.
so we love.
Oh, we're
it.
talking Chicago PD, Hank Voight, motherfucker. We're talking about Chicago Chicago Fire with Kelly Severide, son. What do you know about Severide? You don't know nothing about Severide. And then there's
Found.
but we don't watch Chicago Med because it sucks.
Yeah. There's SVU.
Right.
There's Law and Order.
They're not nearly as funny anymore.
There's Irrational. There's the new show on ABC called High Potential.
That's a pretty good show.
It's
It's got the chick from Always Sunny. I forget her name.
Yeah. I saw a preview for that.
Anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. We were watching a show on NBC, and the commercial that came on was that old ass commercial with the owl
Oh, the Tootsie Pop
for
commercial.
Tootsie Pops. It played
How
like
many-
4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
How
it
many-
did.
1, 2,
3.
yeah,
Cool.
that's all.
Yeah, it's cool that they're rerunning that. They every once in a while they pick that back up again, and I think that's awesome.
Well, yeah, because it's
It's a classic.
I love a nostalgia.
we still don't, nobody knows still.
I mean, it's definitely more than 3, I feel.
And you're going to go out and buy a bag of Tootsie Pops, I assume, right?
Oh, no. Listen, my boss buys so much candy at the office that I never have to buy a candy again.
Tell them to buy Tootsie Pops.
No.
My wife, when my wife was working, they put her in charge of making sure that the office had candy, because when she started there, she'd always have a little something in her desk. And the one of the brothers that she worked for would come by, he clips on. Well, he started feeling bad. So then she was appointed to shop for the office candy. And he gave her a candy budget. He'd hand it to her in cash, and she'd have to make sure that there was candy for the office all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, my boss definitely takes care of that. Always has some sweet treats. But it's just hard because I'm trying not to eat the sweet treats.
Yeah.
So sometimes I forget.
It's all right. You can forget.
Yeah.
So,
Well, go ahead.
like at my new job, once a month they do some employee bonding and appreciation kind of thing. So the first month I was there, we had a root beer float day.
Mm-hmm.
So like one day, just completely random, on our last break of the day, we all kind of stopped what we were doing and had root beer floats and hung out for 15 minutes. And then
What a fun bonding.
yeah, and then actually there was 2 for this past month, because September was Hispanic recognition, or Hispanic
Heritage Month.
Heritage Month, yeah. So at one point they sent us in chocolate from a company that works with Pete's messaging us, if you want to check that.
I'm like literally looking at the messages.
I would hate to be a Debbie Downer at your job, but do they have sugar-free root beer and lactose-free vanilla ice cream?
No, but I don't know that anyone has a restriction, but they do. Like they ask all kind. We have surveys and things where we communicate that to them.
Oh.
They are like super woke. Super
Yeah.
woke.
And listen, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But they're incredibly cognizant of all those things, and it's it's a little hard for me to get used to, but it's really spectacular. It's
I love that.
it's interesting. But they send us in these chocolate bars from the company that makes them. Has the chocolate produced in. There's a couple of villages in South America and a couple of places in Africa where they produce the cocoa beans, and then it's all on the up and up. It's environmentally friendly. It's community friendly. So we got the chocolate bars, and then the second thing we did for Hispanic Heritage. Oh, there was I forget where the bakery was from, but they went to this Mexican bakery and sent in all these pastries and cookies and stuff. It was really, it's pretty interesting.
That's cute.
They're very into making everybody feel good about being there.
Yeah, it's not just pizza like everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean it's not much, but they put thought into it, and it's always something's always a little bit better when you see that there's thought put into it.
Yeah, we love an HR person.
You getting ready to leave?
Yeah, good night, bye.
Well, hang on.
Our HR person said I was so funny that I can go tell them my joke right in the office. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a holding pattern.
What's the joke?
There's actually a number of them, but
all right. Well, I think we've drugged this on long enough.
we have, and that means we're going to get ready for the C block. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in our B block here on the 205th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. We're going to get ready and move into the C block as soon as I can get my machines to catch up with me, which it's not doing. So I will have to do something different over here. It'll take just a moment, and then I will push a button and we'll get you out of here, just like I promised before on this 205th episode of the Media Virus Podcast.
He's about as white as it gets.